What do you want to be in the future? What problems in the world will you try to solve? Is it to be successful, to be famous, or just to be happy? Everyone wants something different from themselves. But how? How do we make whatever it is we want in the future actually happen? Being successful in the future means laying the foundations for that success right now, in the present. And to do that, we need to have some kind of strategy. We need to develop the right knowledge, skills, and experience to make our future a reality. We need to be able to think long term and understand how and why making the right investment in that knowledge, those skills, experience right now will yield tremendous positive returns in the future. And we need to understand that to learn something of real value, we often need to work real hard for it. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. How I made sacrifices and pushed myself way out of my comfort zone and learned 3 important life lessons. Lessons that have helped me to become a better person. I set myself up for a bright and brilliant future. So what was the investment I made? Attending military camp. It's one of the best and smartest things I've ever done. So, what do I want to be in the future? Well, I want to be an engineer. But becoming a top engineer, one who develops technological advances that could someday save the world, isn't going to be easy. There's thousands of people across the world all wanting to do the same. I knew I need something that would give me the edge. Something that would ensure that I have what it takes to get to the top in the future. The only problem was I didn't know what that something was until I enrolled in military camp. And that's where I learned 3 golden lessons that I will share with you today. This was actually my 3rd time at military camp. The time when I had chosen to go. The first 2 times were mandatory and arranged by our school. But I learned so much that I want to know what else I could gain from a 3rd time. One which was optional. One full of motivated young people who really did want to learn. And I was learning every minute of every day. But if I had to extract 3 golden lessons, I'd have to say there were resilience, responsibility, and leadership. Let's start with the first. When you are in military camp, the first thing you learn is resilience. Trust me. When you first learn how to stand in a perfectly straight line and then walk in unison, you practice for the whole day. And I do mean the whole day. At the end of it, you feel like marching right out of the camp and going straight home, but your legs already feel like they're falling off. But you have no choice to stay. But joking aside, if you stick with it and push yourself as hard as you can, day in, day out, it does become easier. And it gives you a great sense of accomplishment, knowing that you dug deep and were resilient enough to conquer the stress and pain when others couldn't manage it. The second golden lesson was responsibility for yourself and others as well. I remember one of the best instructors taught us that whenever you do something, you do it quickly. You do it without hesitation, and you should never procrastinate. And that's what we had to do. Whatever we were told to do, we had to do it. Right away, no question asked, no complaining, and definitely no whining. For example, we had to wake up at 6:30 a.m. every day, and then to wash our faces and brush our teeth in only 15 minutes, and got only 5 minutes to put on our clothes and make our beds. If you were the one who's late, you'd be punished by having to clean your bathroom or wipe the floor. There were no excuses, no get-off-jail-free cards, no emotions, no preferences. It was just cause and effect. So, the lesson learned was whenever you do something, you just do it. Don't get distracted. Don't be negative. You do it properly the first time. I had to be responsible for my own actions all the time. It will avoid a lot of heartache later. The second lesson on responsibility was to do with teamwork. Being responsible for a team and outcome it created. I remember we had to pass messages between us, often in stressful conditions, and we had to make sure that we transfer exactly the right information and to the right person at the right time. Otherwise, the mission would fail. In a real-world scenario, this could mean life or death. Given the fact that young people like me, the leaders of tomorrow, are growing up in the 21st century, where teamwork and rapid face-to-face communication is more crucial than ever. This was great practice, and a really, really valuable lesson. In the real world, whether in war or business, miscommunication, indecision, or lack of clarity can obviously be disastrous. And finally, golden lesson number 3, leadership. Responsibility and leadership go hand in hand. But in addition to responsibility, leadership demands vision and perspective. And there's no better place to learn leadership than a military camp, because that is what is testing and developing all the time. You're often asked to lead groups through a variety of grueling assignments, and then reflect on what went well and what could be improved next time. And you were also made aware of that. Good leadership doesn't mean complete dictatorship. Sometimes it actually means allowing yourself to be led by others in order to achieve a common goal. It is impossible to commit yourself fully to something like military camp and not come out the other side a changed person. It's also impossible not to have learned some incredibly valuable life skills and understand implementing them in your daily life as much as you can. I became a better person after attending military camp. It made me more resilient. It made me more responsible. And it made me a better leader and team player. I understand that life is hard. And it gets harder as you grow older. I am 14. In a few years, I will be an adult. And I have to be prepared to take whatever life throws at me. I am confident that I now have the courage, the knowledge, skills, and experience to say no to negativity and doubt, to embrace and overcome adversity, and lead myself wisely along a positive path, a path to a seemingly uncertain future, but a future in which I will be not only survive, but thrive. I would definitely go back to military camp this year. Would I recommend military camp to you? Yes, sir.